You ever had that reply from an investor, send the deck, and suddenly you're panicking like some stranger has just proposed marriage to you? Yeah, it's only 3 words, but it's the most misplayed moment in the entire fundraising journey. So what you're about to learn in today's video is what send the deck really means, and it's not yes. Also, you'll learn how to reply without sounding desperate or disappearing into their spam folder, and also how to follow up like a confident closer instead of a clinging amateur. So stay with me, because in the next few slides, the next few minutes, I'm going to give you the cheat codes for converting investor curiosity into investor cash. And yep, there's a bonus waiting at the end that I should be charging for, but I'm not, because I'm a nice guy, because I like you, and also because my wife said I have too many PDFs clogging up my Google Drive. So let's get started, people. Send the deck doesn't mean you've won. Send the deck is a test, not a trophy. It means you've made the shortlist. Now, prove to me as an investor that you're worth my time. You're worth my time, your project, your business, your idea is worth my time. Blow the reply, and your pitch just becomes another lonely PDF floating off into the internet somewhere. Nail it, and you spark genuine curiosity. The kind that gets meetings with investors booked. The kind that builds momentum. So this moment isn't a celebration as such, it's a crossroads. One path leads to a second call, which is the right path. The other leads to dead silence and potentially a massive ego bruise. So don't treat send the deck as a victory or a victory lap. Treat it like the challenge it is, and get ready to respond like a freaking founder. Okay, you're not popping champagne corks yet. This isn't a done deal. It's not a yes. It's more like the investor saying to you, okay, I'm intrigued. You've got a short amount of time. Impress me. So here's what they're actually saying behind those 3 words, send the deck. Firstly, they're mildly curious. You've sparked a flicker of interest. Now your deck has to fan that flicker into flames. No pressure, right? And secondly, they're too busy to call yet. Just yet. The investors I know and have done business with don't have a lot of time for fun or socializing. I'm not saying they're boring, miserable people. They're not. They're busy, influential people, and they're very, very focused on what they do. So they're skimming through signals, DM messages, direct email contacts, everything. Your deck is just your audition tape. So you've got to make it binge worthy. You've got to make it impactful. You've got to grab their attention. And third, when they ask send the deck, they're actually saying anyone can write a sexy DM on LinkedIn or a lovely direct email that gets my attention. Anyone can do that. But send me the deck, because I want to see receipts. I want to see real traction. I want to see real clarity. I want to see real potential. They want to know if you walk the walk or just talk the talk. So if you want to stand out, you've got to treat this moment like the fork in the road it is. Like I said, the crossroads. You've got to send them something that sells the meeting, not just ticks a box. Before you hit send, you need to think about it. You need to create a simple plan. Nothing too elaborate, nothing too extravagant, nothing too detailed, so you don't screw it up. Because people, this is your one shot to stand out in a sea of decks that will land on this investor's desk or be in his or her email inbox in the next few weeks. So you've got to focus on sending smart and not sending sloppy. The first thing you've got to do is confirm context. A simple statement like, hey, happy to send the deck. Is there anything specific you'd like us to highlight? This simple statement basically shows respect for their time, and it also gets you a cheat code into what they actually care about. And you can use this and focus on this to your advantage. The second point is customize the subject line, because despite the fact that they're waiting for your deck, there will be others they may be waiting for. And this subject line will basically highlight you and your service offering against the many other emails in their inbox. So, simple subject line that works for me when I send them out for myself or clients is deck, startup name, solving a particular pain for a particular market. Deck for xyz.com, solving client retention issues for senior social media managers or something like that. It's not just a file I'm sending, it's a value proposition within the headline. So make it scream relevance. The third point is going back to key metrics, right? Don't make them dig. Don't make them open the deck to get some key metrics. Place one or two key metrics, big numbers, in the body of your email. Drop the sharpest traction stat front and center so they can't miss it. So even if they ghost the deck, they remember you. This isn't just about sending PDFs. It's about triggering a second meeting. So send it like someone who knows what they're doing. Because as of now, you do. Right, let's look at some deck mistakes that actually kill deals. A lot of founders, when reaching out to investors, actually focus on their product or service, which is okay. But you should be leading with the pain, especially to investors. Investors want to know, what problem are you solving? Is there a market for that problem solving? How many people are feeling this pain? So lead with the pain, not the product. If investors don't buy the problem, they'll never ever buy the solution. So you've got to open strong and hit the pain point like it owes you money. Secondly, and I've said this so many times, it's so important, before halfway through the presentation, hit them with your best numbers. Hit them with your traction figures. Your best numbers shouldn't be playing hide and seek from investors. Early traction builds trust with investors so fast. So you've got to focus on this. Another mistake is your presentation is too long. Sometimes it's even too short, but a lot are too long. I suffered with that. Some of my presentations were like 20 slides when I first started many years ago, but I have an average of 12 slides. I've done a presentation deck with 10 slides before, and I've also done one with 14 last year, just to tell the whole story. But mainly I try and do everything on a series of templates of 12 slides, because you've got to be able to explain it briefly. If you can't explain it briefly, then you're not ready. Investors are busy people. They don't need to be bored, and you need to help them utilize their time better. You've got to cut the fluff, you've got to cut the bullshit, but keep the punch. No filler slides, no vague charts. Every word, every stat, every image needs to earn its spot within that deck, or you bench it. Simple as. So let's quickly look at some things not to do when they say send the deck. What you should definitely not do is just slap on an attachment and ghost. No message says no strategy. You're not emailing your mum. You've got to add some context and show intent. So come on, people. Another thing, don't send a deck thicker than a phone book. If it takes 10 minutes to scroll, you've already lost them. Investors skim. They don't read, they skim. So every slide needs to earn its place. And don't wait for them to follow up, because quite simply, they probably won't. It's on you to give them a nudge, professionally. Persistence, not pestering, shows you are serious. As I said, 99 times out of 100, they won't follow up with you. you'll have to follow up with them. So you've got to be a closer. You've got to follow up like a closer, not a clinger, you know. I normally wait 3 to 5 days, depending on my own schedule or depending on my own plan. Then I hit them with this simple message or words to this effect. Hey, just checking in, seeing if you had a chance to skim my deck. Happy to send a quick loom or walk through any key points if that helps. Then I'm polite and I end the email. This strikes the perfect balance between confident and considerate. You're adding value without groveling. You're following up. You're not fangirling, you know. It's simple, it's short, it's polite, it's helpful, it's pro-level stuff. Okay, so we've got to that point in the video where I give you a free tool for your patience, your understanding, and your stick-to-itness by getting this far in the video. And today's free tool is basically a send the deck email swipe file. Whether you've had send the deck emails from investors or you're hoping, this email swipe pack will help you in either situation. We've got you. Inside this pack, you'll get 7 killer response templates, which I've designed to basically turn curious into committed and keep the investor conversation going. Also, it'll make you sound like a founder that's actually worth betting on. No fluff, no BS, no cringy intros, just short, strategic replies that get the job done. Download the free swipe pack now, and thank you again for getting this far, and thank you for your support. This just isn't any swipe file. It's actually one of the parts of our full investor outreach kit, which helped me personally raise $400,000 from accredited and verified angel investors. And also I'm using that tool set now to try and raise $500,000 for my new AI automation agency, freakingai.com. So yeah, it's really useful, it's really valuable. Some of my colleagues said I shouldn't be giving this, but there you go, I am. As I said, part of the full investor outreach toolkit that's helped me raise over 400k, and has to be said, without a single warm intro. Hop over to howtogetventurefunding.com, get it at beta price because it's gonna close soon. You'll get instant access to 1,000 verified global angel investors, our exact cold outreach system, which we call the Funding Fast Lane, which is a series of 9 tools, research tools, follow-up templates, question banks, LinkedIn DM templates, you name it, we've got it and we use it. All for less than most people blow on pitch decks that never get opened. But fair warning, everybody, this is beta pricing. When we launch, it's jumping to $499 because, frankly, it's worth that. So don't wait, don't wing it, don't waste another opportunity. Get across to howtogetventurefunding.com. It's $159 for everything you will need, including instant access to 1,000 verified angel investors. Okay, so that's the ad pretty much over with. But if you want the best value deal you will get for the foreseeable future, get across to howtogetventurefunding.com. If you want to engage with real investors, if you want to learn how, if you want the tools to do that, just get over to How to Get Venture Funding. Pay $159, the best $159 any entrepreneur or startup founder will spend in their lifetime. Okay, so where we're at the end. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. So let's have a quick summary. As I said, sending a deck isn't the win per se. It's the moment they, investors, decide if you're worth a real conversation. Are you worthy of their time? It's not a formality. It's the filter. Your deck doesn't just inform, it qualifies you to that investor. The founders who get funded, they treat every touch point like it matters, because quite frankly it does. So you've got to send smart and you've got to follow up even sharper. You've got to learn to handle your investor comms like the outcome depends upon it, because It kind of does, my friends. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to download the freebie. Get across to howtogetventurefunding.com. Make the best purchase as a founder or entrepreneur you're going to make for a long, long time. Take care. See you all soon.